This is YouTube Submarine 55. The topic is about the destruction of a family. And this is a real live situation, and let's get right to the point. All right, so what happened to me and my family, and I hate to say it like this, but my family was destroyed over this one particular issue. All right, so let's just get right to the point. I'm going to look away, actually. And what do you do when your mother and your wife's mother is failing at the same time? What do you do? What do you do? I'm from the north and she was from the south. Now, for those that follow me, you already know that story. But I just want to get the point across that to all other families on this planet, to all other families in the United States, please do the strategic move of getting at least help distance to your parents. Like, position your family, position your apartment, position your livelihood of even where you work, just for the futuristic event of your father or a mother, they need your help. I never knew that it was going to rip my family apart. Now, for those that are in the same geological location, if you marry a northerner and you're a northerner, you should be okay. A southerner with a southerner, you're okay. But if you're a northerner and she's a southerner, and vice versa, when that issue comes up, she's going to go back down south to help her family. And then you, as a northerner, you'll have to stay behind and, make ends meet. But also because, that part of the finances is gone. And then you have to take care of your failing parents. So, wow. I never knew that was going to happen, and I had no idea. When I was, getting married so long ago, I just didn't compute that. I love football. I love strategy, the X and the O's, and making the arrow go this way and that way. But to have that happen and to see how it unfolded. Now to talk about my ex, I just want to say that to the whole world, that she was the best person to ever be with, to ever. There was nobody so intuitive. Really, I can't say her ethnicity because people get kind of offended by certain titles over a race, but she was a mixture of races, and so she could actually read and anticipate my thoughts. So she would get things like from the store, she would get things from shopping, and it was so well timed, like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I should be in these certain situations, and she would just shop and give, knowing that I'm going to be in that particular situation in that day. But it got to the point where it was so ghostly. Like, she got to the point of even anticipating my thoughts. Like what? How do you know what I'm thinking about? And then she would place things on the table that, oh yeah, I do need that, or I need that within 2 minutes from now. Yeah. yeah, that's an amazing person. So I found myself when we actually split up, where I couldn't fight her because she knows me so well. I just wanted to give and it's kind of weird that you'd be talking about your ex like that, but I've moved on to another relationship, and I'm seeing that I got to just let the past go and then move on. But that's what I have to say to the world, okay? And I don't know if my children will ever see this, but they will know what happened. And it's not that I don't love them, but it's just I have to stay up here, up north, to take care of my family and my relationship with my mother. And it all turned out for the good, I tell you that much. So, number 2, I have to move on from that topic. And if I really want to say to the world that clones, I have a clone now, and it is an excellent messenger. For one, it's because the way that I speak with a certain amount of cadence to compensate for the stuttering problem that I had when I was growing up in the 6th grade and into, I have to speak this way because of that particular problem that I had when I was growing up. So the clone, as I have seen in my own personal experience, my clone can follow me in my speech. It follows my eye movements, my eyebrows. It can mimic when I should be moving. And it's not like a cartoon version. It's really what you see here without all of the, background of reality as far as the sun and everything. But I see that it could be a good messenger for your father who you're trying to speak to, or your mother who you're trying to communicate, and you don't want to communicate by text, and you don't want to communicate by some phone message as far as a recording, but they can actually see you just like this. And all I have to do is just to make a recording just like this in my car. The car has the AC on and everything else, but at low blow, and that you're not drinking or going because the clone can't it can't lip sync that type of noises. It'll do this fluctuation on its mouth if you have like a weird noise. But what I'm saying is that clones can be very good for giving those messages to your advanced in age parents. And it's a lot more emotionally impacting for them because they got you speaking the message to them, and you're just en route to work, or you're home cleaning, and you can give your clone as a message to your parents. Which there's other ways that which you can use it, bad or good. I was thinking about that's very threatening towards some people's positions, especially newscasters. Wow. But that can change the news all in and of itself. Those people, they don't even have to be present in the news studio. They can actually be home, they can read their script, and they're still doing their job, but the clone will do it for them, which I know people don't like that. But Anyway, I'm talking about messaging to your parents is the more good side of clones as they advance in age. That's my point. Okay, so that's all about the destruction of a family and how it happened, and this is a recording so that my children can know what in detail what happened, and the positive note and also the negative notes, so that the world can glean from this in some type of form or fashion. I like actually driving and doing these, doing this type of video work. However, I'm just going to stay here and keep on this recording because I know your attention span is getting low. All right, so I'll see you in just a few. I'm just saying I'm going to keep on this recording. Yes.